G'day guys, Yosti from Iron Edge here. So you've been using kettlebells for a while, you think you're pretty good, you've been working your way up that weighted order, getting up into, maybe your 40s, maybe your 50s, and you think, you know what, I'm good, I need a challenge. Well, I tell you what, Iron Edge brings to you a very serious challenge, and this challenge is probably going to give you nightmares, or have you running screaming to your mum for help. This monstrosity sitting at my feet is an 80-kilo kettlebell. It's dubbed the bomb because chances are it's going to explode you if you're not prepared coming into this thing. Just deadlifts alone are just very, very tricky. Look, normal kettlebells, you look at them and you go, wow, that thing is heavy. And then you pick it up, like an 8-kilo pro grade, you think, oh wow, look at the size of that thing. It's not until you pick it up you realise, oh, it's not so bad. I guarantee this thing is a lot heavier than it seems. It looks small, but man alive, 80 kilos is nothing to sneeze at. Just deadlifting 80 kilos is quite tricky. I guarantee that you get into the position and you start to do just a basic deadlift, it feels like the thing's like a magnet and it's magnetised to the ground. It just doesn't want to move. Getting into a nice solid position, if you're not switched on 100%, you're not going to move the damn thing. Holding nice and tight, we engage, draw a big breath in. Going through that movement, you really feel it. That's before we get into anything like the insanity of an uneven loading. If I go one-handed, for example, I am going to challenge my forearm to a whole nother level, not to mention the thing's going to want to twist me in two. The thing's ruthless. If you're not watching what you're doing, it's going to pull you off your feet and probably laugh at you in the process. If I go one-handed like so, I've got to pull on nice and tight. If I'm not careful, I'm going to be twisted, it's going to slip out of my hands, I've got to really engage, and just with those 2 reps, man, I feel a really crazy pump in the forearm trying to hold on to the damn thing. That's before we get into anything like swings. Man, this thing to swing is like a whole nother experience. It's going to have you in pieces. For example, what we do is we have to switch on to a whole nother level. You're going to notice if you're weak through the core straight away because you're going to be struggling just to pick the thing up. Holding on nice and tight, we bring it into the start position. From there, initiate the swing. You'll probably only get a couple out before your grip strength starts to fade and you start to be pulled off your feet. The thing wants to nosedive you into the pavement. It's like trying to land a plane and the nose is constantly driving you down. You feel like you're going to crash if you're not 100% switched on. This thing is just, it's worse than a monster, it really is. It's crazy. Another one we can do, which is, and it's really, really engaging, great for power development because it mimics cleans, your Olympic clean style movement. So very explosive, not to mention with 80 kilos, it's nothing to sneeze at. Needless to say, I can only really get a couple of these out because it's pretty brutal. It's what we call a high pull with the kettlebell, and I drive this, I bring it from deadlift, I accelerate, explode up, and I try and bring it up nice and high. So for example, from here I take a big breath in, and try and bring that nice and explosively up. The idea is to try and get that triple extension, bring yourself up nice and high, and accelerate the thing upwards. Probably good to have a nice rubber floor underneath you because if you don't, it's going to drill a hole into the ground and you're probably not going to pull it back out again. The thing is just insane. I'm surprised that light isn't sucked into it because it's that heavy. It really is crazy, and I can't believe Iron Edge is that crazy to produce such a crazy training tool. Needless to say, if you're after a challenge or you want to check this guy out, come down to the showroom and have a look for yourself because it's going to blow your mind. It really is quite a monstrosity. For more information about the 80-kilo kettlebell dubbed the bomb, don't forget to check out ironedge.com.